Another day, another vlog. Welcome to my channel, guys. Hope you all are doing well. I am standing right now, and I don't usually vlog in the standing position, but I chose to today because I've been knocked flat out for the last couple days, and so it feels good to stand. I wrote this over on Instagram, but I was at the hospital the end of last week to get a Lupron injection, which is something that I have to do every 3 months, and whew, just that medication. I mean, you can read my Instagram post. If you want, you can go ahead and navigate over to my Instagram to find out why I take this powerful drug. It knocked me out for a loop, as it always does. I was pretty much chilling in bed for the first day that I had it and even into the second day, and then I was just slightly better over the weekend, and now I get antsy, you know? I'm someone who gets antsy. I don't like to sit down or lie down too much, so now I'm in the upright. I'm in the fully upright position and ready to do this vlog with you guys. Some cool things I wanted to talk to you about that I hope you enjoy are some thoughts on Rogaine and why they will never sponsor me. I wanted to do a hair trick with you guys that I saw, but I haven't tried yet, so we'll see how it turns out. This is a cute one that I see people doing. I think it's gone sort of semi-viral, maybe-ish. So I'm gonna try it out and we're gonna see if it works. Guess what? My hair is finally long enough to do it. I think the first time I ever saw it, my hair was a little shorter, so it wasn't ready, but I think I am now. So we're gonna see how that goes. And I'm just gonna talk about Poshmark and some thoughts on that because I'm deep into that world too. So without any further ado, don't all YouTubers say that? I feel like we all don't know how to segue into our actual segments, so we say that. But let's talk first about the Rogaine. I'm gonna put my coffee down and let's get into it. So I was over on Instagram sharing some thoughts about, you know, Rogaine, I think versus generic was the post that this was particularly about. But again, if you want to see all of it, go ahead and check me out over on Instagram. I'm fairly active over there. I certainly get a lot of DMs from people asking me Rogaine questions, and I try and answer them as promptly as I can. That's getting harder though because I get so many of them. If you've watched me for a long time, and if you're watching this vlog, you probably have, but if you've just watched some of my other content, maybe about Rogaine or shampoos, welcome to everybody. One of the programs I run here is just the Buy Me a Latte program. So if you're able, I know these are tough times, but if you're able to help me out and contribute to my product fund, I have this campaign where you can just go on PayPal and you don't need like a PayPal account and you don't need to like sign up permanently. But if you have a credit card, you can just, you know, toss me a couple of coins. In this case, I think it's like $5 is like the suggested donation, but whatever, like whatever it is. And if you can't, that's cool too. Maybe you can just help me out by liking or subscribing. That does help support the channel and engaging here. Even if you don't want to leave a full comment, you can just leave me an emoji down below, which is sweet, but also shows the algorithm of YouTube that you're engaged in my content, which is lovely. All those things from small to larger definitely help me out here, and I thank you so much for everybody who steps up and helps to support me here. I pay for products out of my own pocket, but you guys are helping me now too, often hair loss targeted products, so that other women don't have to pay for this stuff and possibly get disappointment. I've had some wins, I've had some losses with these products, but I always tell you guys the complete truth, and so that leads me to Rogaine. I've never been sponsored. That's why I have, you know, a Patreon program. That's why I have this sort of Buy Me a Latte campaign. Nobody's ever sponsored me. The few sponsorship deals I tend to be kind of somewhat scammy, right? I know that I've said this, and I'll keep this part short because nobody wants to hear me saying the same thing over and over again, but it's like products that I just would not feel comfortable telling you guys to use very often. I've never even tried it and they want me to promote it. Like, why would I do that? Whatever amount of money they're offering, which is usually nothing, it's usually just the product, it's not gonna be worth it for me, right? So it's a no from me, dog, on those. But someone mentioned, a longtime viewer here has mentioned whether, you know, shouldn't Rogaine just sponsor me, basically, right? Like, because I probably refer them so much business. Like lots of people have watched my do's and don'ts of Rogaine, and I mean lots. But I've never ever heard from them. I've never heard from anybody really that would be sort of a brand name type stuff. And there's a few reasons, right? One, to be honest, I don't have a huge subscriber base, and that's fine. I don't have 1 million followers, and that's cool. And I know that they sponsor people that are smaller. They tend to, like, if you've watched though, like maybe you have seen like if you come from the world of like looking for Rogaine stuff, maybe one of the reasons you even came to my channel is I'm one of the, not few, but one of the some that are not sponsored. There are a lot of people who are sponsored and they're like, yeah, my hair loss was not really that bad, but Rogaine sponsored me and here I'm gonna try it, and 30 days later, I think it's working sort of okay, but I don't think I'm gonna keep using it because it doesn't really, I don't really need it. How much use is that to anybody? Right? So that is, and Rogaine has sponsored them, and that's fine. Rogaine can throw their money at who they want to, but here's the bottom line. The bottom line is I want to be able to tell you what I want to tell you, and I already have done that on my channel, and so that might not work with Rogaine sponsoring me, right? If they want to sponsor me for women's foam, guess what? I'm not able to take that sponsorship because A, I've trashed women's foam, first of all, right? Have a look at that video. I have a whole video about why I buy men's versus women's with all the receipts about why women's foam is more expensive, and it's just a pink tax. They're literally the same. Rogaine makes no attempt to even hide the fact that men's and women's are the exact same product. If you do a tiny bit of digging on their own website, you'll find that they say, yeah, they're the exact same product. Just the way that you use them is different. I'm not making this up, and I made a video. So seeing as I'm steering people to use the men's, and the men's box says not for use by women, I don't think Rogaine's gonna be knocking on my door anytime soon. Also, here's another interesting thing. Whenever I make a Rogaine video, did you guys know that YouTube blocks every single one of these videos before it's manually reviewed because it is a drug, right? Rogaine is a drug. We've all seen the nonsense content that YouTube has pushed through and has allowed on their platform. I mean, theoretically, they're getting better at doing that now. And they're blocking my small videos telling people about do's and don'ts of Rogaine because potentially that's dangerous. I have no words. But whatever, at least they're checking on someone's content. My stuff is pretty innocent. I say again and again, I'm not a doctor. Oh, and by the way, they put it out for manual review, and I submit every single one of my Rogaine videos for a manual review by someone at YouTube, and every single one of them is passed. But I mean, for heaven's sake, it's an over-the-counter product. Don't they have better ways to be spending their time? But whatever, I'm not here to complain about YouTube, or maybe I am. So anyhow, that's my complaint about Rogaine. That's my complaint about YouTube. Rogaine will not be sponsoring me. And so what, say they threw $1,000 at me, let's just say. I doubt that they would even offer me that much. $1,000 is not enough for me to sell myself out to them and not be able to say what I want to say about Rogaine, or not be able to say what I want to say about generic, about men's versus women's, about the pink tax. Maybe if they fix those issues, I would gladly take $1,000 or whatever that would be. It would probably be less. But do you think I'm going to do this for $1,000? No. Do you think I'm going to do this for $2,000? No. But if they came at me with $30,000, maybe? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. They wouldn't do that anyway, but the bottom line is I've criticized them pretty heavily for their marketing tactics here, and I don't think that they will be knocking anytime soon. But you know, that does leave room for other places like Hers, which also is in the market, or like Keeps if they decide to go into helping women with hair loss. I'm open, you guys, so contact me, because if you're selling minoxidil, that is a product that I have talked about before and I can get behind in the generic version. So anyhow, long self-plug and self-description aside, let's talk about some other stuff now. Right, so now let's go ahead and try out. You guys are gonna try this with me. I'm gonna bring you into the bathroom with me. I'm gonna heat up my curling iron because this hair tip revolves around using a curling iron. It's a way of sort of curling your hair very easily and quickly. We're gonna see if it works. I'm gonna put up basically what it is here so you can have an idea of what I'm gonna be doing, but the bottom line is you just curl your hair in a few sections, and this is like a way to get yourself out the door with curled hair in just, you know, a couple minutes. So anyhow, let's go over there and yeah, meet you in the bathroom. All right, this is it. This is the hair trick. What do you think? Doesn't it look good? Just joking. This is not it. This is pretty much my worst nightmare of a hairstyle. Have a look. Right? Oh, goodness me. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is this looks terrible. How thin my hair looks. Oh my gosh. Okay, also, I don't look like I'm wearing any makeup at all. How is this possible? I'm wearing so much makeup. If you saw me face to face, you would think I was plastered with makeup, because I am. Put on a lot of makeup to film. But anyhow, here we are. I've got my trusty Conair Walmart purchased curling iron because I will not spend a lot of money on curling irons, which is weird. Hair dryers and curling irons I do not splurge on, but I splurge on flat irons and hot air blowers for, I don't know, it's just a quirk of mine that there's certain things that I feel like I need to buy the higher end ones, and then others I cannot commit to, probably just because I can't commit to curling iron life. I always had too much hair for curling. I'm chatting now because I'm waiting for this to warm up. It's not hot enough yet. I could commit to those other two things. I know that I use flat irons a lot, and I know that I use the hot air blower, so I will spend money on those. But curling irons, I used to have too much hair to be able to use these really regularly. I didn't have like an hour to curl each hair, and now I have so little that this is gonna go quickly. So anyhow, the way that I think you're supposed to do this is you bring this forward. You're supposed to have a high pony, as you see here, and kind of get it relatively forward. And I actually didn't, so I'm just gonna yank this and see if I can get it a bit more forward here, right? Grab these pieces, and the bottom line here is that you don't have to curl everything. I have so little though, oh my gosh, guys. Okay, and I think you're supposed to curl them, away from each other. We're gonna find out. I'm gonna take this piece, but I think the good news is, right, you just can go kind of quick. You just quickly go in and you do this one. I don't think it has to be perfect either. Oh yeah. But I think you're supposed to do them the same direction. So that means going like this. So sometimes I open it and close it a bit. This is why I don't like using a curling iron. It takes too long. This is like not for me. However, this can be like a 5-minute hairstyle. That would be good. Okay, let's do this one. I don't know, guys. I don't know how this is going to turn out for me. We will see. I will tell you one thing though. I feel utterly ridiculous. Okay, and I just have one left. I only have 4 to do. Back in the old days, I would have had like, I don't know, 20 of these that I would have had to do. Yeah, I think I'm going, okay. I could possibly be getting this completely wrong and going in the wrong direction and everything, but we shall see. There's not very much hair in that one, so I'm not gonna do it for very long. I mean, come on, right? Okay, so always unplug as soon as you can. Or else you'll be wondering about whether you unplugged it for the rest of the day. Am I right? That's unplugged. I'm gonna hit this with some hairspray and yeah, meet you back in the other room. Okay, I lied. I noticed that this piece fell out, so just with the sort of still slightly warm iron, I'm just gonna, because this piece is not that long to be able to go up in the very, very high pony. So I'm just gonna curl this one, I guess. I don't know. Okay, and so this is not plugged in. That was just like whatever residual warmth was left in the curling iron. Okay. For real now, let's go back to the other room. Is it weird that I'm kind of into this hairstyle now? I'm telling you, I've been letting this dry for a couple minutes while I took a thumbnail shot for the thumbnail that I make here, and kind of into this. I don't know why. It reminds me of being in grade 8 again, where I used to scrape back my hair for a really, really tight high pony, and I think sometimes I used to curl it. I can't remember anymore, but the more I look at this, the more I kind of like it. I feel like a Disney villain or something. It's nuts. Okay, those are all dry now, so let's take out the high pony and we're gonna look at this together. I've never done this before, so we're gonna see, you know, maybe I should have tested this out before I did it live with you guys, but here we go. We're gonna see if it gives you those sort of soft, easy wave. Let's see, I think my hair seems to want to part there, so we're gonna go with it. Okay, I'm not mad at that. Not the best, but it's not the worst. I guess you kind of just go through it a bit. Let's see. Oh, you guys, I think it's okay. I mean, it's okay for a bit of volume and and it's made my hair look oddly longer than it was. What do you guys think? So anyhow, if you are interested in trying it, that's how you do it. But did I rotate in the right direction? That's what I'm curious about. I tried to copy the picture that I had. She had all her curls turning this way, which I guess is, she had them all just going in the same direction, turning away, I guess. Well, no, either way would be turning away from your face. She just had them all going in the same direction. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be done, but let me look here. Okay, this one is curling toward my face and actually doesn't look bad. And this one is turning away that way, which I guess is okay. I like that this has given it a bit of an almost retro kind of curl where it kind of goes like that. That's a technical term, right? Going like that. And this one looks not bad either. I guess I would do that again. That was super quick and actually good use for that curling iron that has literally been collecting dust in my thing for a while. I don't use the curling iron all that much now that my hair is this length. I think it's not bad, guys. Yeah, I like it. There you go. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is Poshmark, which I know I talked about on a previous vlog. It's going very well for me. I have been on there for 2 months and I've made already 600 bucks, which is not bad. And that's 600 bucks like net. That's not just like, that's with Poshmark taking off their percent, because let me tell you, they take a big chunk out of it, but even still, how would I have sold those items otherwise, other than maybe just using like our version of Craigslist here, right? I wouldn't have gotten any money for most of those things. And some of them were small things that like a pair of shoes that I really wasn't even sure what to do with, like these old Adidas that I had. And I'm like, should I throw these? I'm not sure that they're quite good enough to make Goodwill, but, or to be nice enough to send to Salvation Army, which is where I usually take my donations. But lo and behold, it saved me a trip to Salvation Army to drop them off. And lo and behold, someone actually wanted them. I mean, I priced them really fairly and I disclosed all the flaws with them and someone wanted them. So that made me feel good. They're actually going to home. And the woman who got them wrote me a note saying she loves them. They're nice and comfy. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so nice. Like, so instead of going possibly to the garbage, somebody actually wanted these. As long as you disclose all the flaws, you'd be surprised what people, there's still a market for. My taste is not everybody else's. Like, I did not think that these were that viable anymore personally, but someone else found them to be not only just fine, but actually something she wanted to purchase from me. So that feels really good. Okay, so I've been buying some things on Poshmark too, and I'll tell you what the upside of doing that is. I purchased this, or let me stand back. This orange sweatshirt, so I'll come closer. So this nice orange sweatshirt from Adidas, I purchased it and it was new with tags when I bought it. And yeah, brand new, but I guess someone bought it, didn't want it, and I got it for a great price. And it's a totally different style than I normally would wear, right? It's nice and wide. And it's just sort of made me sort of update my style a little bit because this is what they've got on there, and when the prices are great. And it's, you know, you don't feel bad taking a chance on something you might not have otherwise gone for. But let me show you my pants, and I've been loving these. I got these also on Poshmark for such a good price, and I'm super picky about jeans. They don't tend to fit me that well. You know, I'm not that tall. You know, my body jeans are hard, right? Personally, I think jeans are harder to buy than swimsuits, personally. Anyway, let me show you these, and I'll tell you what my husband said about them, which is gonna hopefully crack you guys up. So I know that you can't see them, so I guess I'm gonna stand up here. What do you guys think, right? They're nice. They've got all this like rips and distressing. I think they look good. So my husband hates distressed, he doesn't hate distressed jeans, but he doesn't understand them. When I say distressed, I mean like with holes, like ripped jeans. Okay, let's call them what they are, ripped jeans. He's like, so I had another pair years ago that I used to make fun of. It had holes in both knees. And he's like, why would you buy a pair of jeans that have holes in both knees? And wasn't totally wrong, but I mean, you got to keep up with the styles too, right? So anyhow, he saw this pair and he said, I'm not joking. He said about all these slashes. Like, what happened to your jeans? It looks like Freddy Krueger got to you. Do you guys know who Freddy Krueger is? So anyhow, apparently these jeans look like Freddy Krueger got to me because they have a lot of rips in them. So anyhow, that is what my husband has to say about my outfit. So anyway, yeah. Been loving Poshmark, get stuff for cheap. And also that leads me to someone else I want to talk about, who is Bernadette Banner. And you know, you guys know when I do these vlogs, I like to talk about other YouTubers and stuff like that. And she's someone who I've enjoyed for a while now. She is a dress historian. So, and she dresses sort of in a way that's somewhat historically accurate. And she favors like Edwardian, not gowns. She wears like Edwardian skirts, and she does her hair in a sort of Edwardian way. She's lots of fun. She also shops on Poshmark, and she keeps making this really good point about it, which is that, you know, she is trying to avoid fast fashion. And I guess through shopping on Poshmark, when she's buying sort of secondhand or older items, or even new tag items that someone didn't want, not that she mentioned that specifically, I'm mentioning that, but that it is a more sustainable way to shop, which feels really good, right? You're sort of making sure that these things don't end up in landfills, or, you know, yes, I mean, they could be given away to charity, but don't forget that when those items don't sell at a charity place, like if I dropped off my Adidas shoes, if nobody bought those, they would go to an outlet. Maybe, I don't know if they do them here in Canada, but I know in the US they do. Goodwill has an outlet called the bins. And then from the bins, they would go probably either, you know, they'd be separated, maybe rags and garbage. So there's a chance that your stuff gets sent to garbage. At least if you try Poshmark first, maybe someone is looking for something, right? And so you're keeping it out of the landfill, which is a really good feeling. You know, I can say that definitely. So I'll link up my Poshmark closet below. You can have a look if you're here. If you're in Canada, you can purchase from it. If you're in the US, I don't believe you can. If you see something you really like though, just let me know. Maybe we could work it out somehow. And this isn't to push my Poshmark closet, like whatever. But maybe just have a look on the site yourself. Like I don't really care. I'm not gonna gain any money or anything like that if you check it out, but it's just another way to shop for things. And a lot of us are at home anyway. So before you sort of spend money on something you're gonna buy brand new, you can look and see maybe someone is already selling it brand new with tags at a better price than you would have paid for retail, and it just makes fewer purchases and hopefully maybe takes a tiny bit of strain off the retail garment industry, which is so huge. I'm not even sure anything can stop that train right now, but it just feels good to do, you know? That's really the bottom line that I'm trying to say here. Okay guys, I am gonna wrap up this vlog. I hope that was fun. I hope you enjoyed my Freddy Krueger jeans, my hairstyle, and you can see the curls are already falling a bit. If I wanna keep them, I'll have to go in and put some more hairspray in. Hope you enjoyed my ramblings about why Rogaine's not gonna sponsor me and all of that stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you soon.